Welcome once again to BCHS.TV, where we're looking at slices of Bradley life. And today we're here at the Leisure Time Bowling Alley, talk to our bowling coaches. That's Miss Chelsea Helton and also Aaron White, who lead the Bear bowlers in the boys and girls. Before we get started too far, let's find out about you a little bit, Chelsea. You are a Walker Valley graduate.
Yes, sir.
And that's quite all right. We understand that. Different schools in the county. And you were at Bradley on staff there, but you're now teaching at a different school.
Yeah, I moved to Waterville Community Elementary School when I'm teaching third grade. I was teaching special ed inclusion at Bradley for the last 3 years, so this is my first year at Waterville.
And is there a big difference between high school and third grade at Waterville, I'm guessing?
Yeah, a lot of difference, but I will say that they all are great kids, and it's all fun, to make connections with everyone.
Well, for folks who may not know, down at Waterville for grandparents breakfast yesterday morning, and Chelsea was down there as one of the hostesses, and I guess making things happen there. But now you went to Lee, I suppose.
Yes, sir.
And you've been, how long were you on staff at Bradley before you moved to
So I was at Bradley for 3 years, so that's actually when I picked up the coaching job as well. It kind of actually got started with Aaron and Leah, and they kind of were like, hey, we need a new head coach, and so Coach Jackson was like, well, you have to move to our system, so he helped me get the job over in special ed, and that's kind of how I moved. And then It was always a dream to move to elementary school, but I still wanted, my taste of high school, because I do love those kids, so I kind of got the best of both worlds.
Well, Aaron White, man, people who know bowling at all know you from the days gone by, and now you've got children, and you've got a daughter that tell us about your daughter.
She was actually the first one to make it to state as an individual. And she made it 2 years in a row. And then she signed with Tennessee Western to be her sophomore year.
Wow.
So yeah,
we got to be proud of her.
Very, very proud. Very proud.
Well, let's talk about some of this year's returning starters. Now, you've got your team set. Now, who are some of the ones that you're looking to lead your team, boys and girls this year? Because it is a co-ed sport.
So we do have a girls team and a boys team separate, so they do compete separately. For our girls, we have Michaela Stewart, who's returning. She actually was a qualifier for state last year as an individual.
Okay.
So we're really looking forward to seeing her come back on the lanes and kind of seeing what she can do this year, how she can improve her average. And then we also have Hannah Winter. She's one of our golfers as well. She's really impressive on the lanes, so we're hoping that she can get in and get some practice in, and kind of hoping that she'll make it to state with Michaela. We have 2 new freshmen because we kind of had a full team. There wasn't a lot of new girls that tried out, so we brought in 2 new freshmen that we're kind of hoping we can build the fundamentals and kind of get them started going in. But we have a pretty solid team on our girls' side. On the boys' side, I would say we have Hunter Farmer, who's returning. Josh Smith. Now, Josh Smith really impressed us last year. He came out of nowhere. He started with us his sophomore year, and then he kind of started picking it up and kind of coming in and working on his own, and he's really stepped up his game. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe he'll push his average even higher this year. He's one of our big bowlers last year.
Okay, I'm a student at Bradley. I'm a pretty good bowler, I think. I want to be on this bowling team. So how do I go about getting on the team? Do I come find you, tell one of the kids to start on the team, or how does that happen?
So typically what happens is we do a flyer. Aaron creates a flyer at the beginning of the year, and we broadcast that all around school. Miss Pruitt usually gives us a announcement out, and that's typically how we do it. We Facebook, we put it on Facebook, advertise on Facebook, but it's really kind of word of mouth. Bowling being a minor sport is a little bit harder, and sometimes we do have kids that will come 2 weeks later after we've already had trials. Hey, I didn't even hear about the trials, but we try our best to do word of mouth. Our kids are really great about going out. With me not being there this year was pretty interesting. We had more kids turn out. I was pretty impressed because Michaela really stepped up, Hannah really stepped up, Sarah, they did a great job recruiting. So that's kind of how we do it on that end of it.
Okay, so your team is set for this year, I know, but if you were looking to start the year, do you have tryouts to see who's going to be the best bowlers?
So we have 2 days of tryouts. They're about the 3rd week in August, so we try to give them a week and a half of school. And then we have 2 days of tryouts where they come after school from 4 to 5:30. And then they just kind of bowl, and Aaron and I just kind of watch and see what attitude do these kids have? Are these kids coachable? Do they listen to us? Do they have respect? And then we kind of look at, she can throw the ball. She kind of knows what steps, to start off on, and that's kind of where we go from that. And then we cut down to usually 11 or 12 kids, because only 6 can bowl at a time, so it makes it kind of hard if you take more than that.
6 boys and 6 girls. That
Yeah.
kind of good. And when you have an actual match, do you take the top scores of so many of those, or how does that? Is it team score, pinfall, or?
So we have 6 girls who bowl 6 girls from another team, then 6 boys and 6 boys from another team, and they're on two sets of lanes. And so what happens is A bowler bowls their A bowler, and then 2, and then 3, and so
Okay.
forth. So if our person beats their number 1, we get a point. After all of it's said and done, we look at total pinfall for our girls, our 6 girls, and if we have more pins, we get +2 on the match. After all 3 matches are completed, if our overall pinfall is greater than theirs, we get +3 overall. So you have a total of 24.
Okay. Well, in the district that we're in, who do you look to be strong? Who should be your main competition this year, you feel?
So our district is kind of small as to District 5, the district we're in. So we have Ray, McMinn, Chattanooga Central, Walker Valley, and East Hamilton. Typically, the hardest alley to bowl out would be East Hamilton, but our strongest competition is typically Walker Valley on the boys' side, which girls' side it was last year. Walker Valley was pretty strong. And then Ray County is another big competitor. They've just, Steve has been with that team for a while, and he starts them in the summer. He has tryouts in the summer, and they practice all summer long.
Okay. Well, we're here at Leisure Time Bowling right now. Is this where your home match
This is our
all
home, and this
contested
is
here?
Walker Valley's home, so we share.
Okay, walking down the street. And I suppose you go to East Hamilton and Chattanooga Central, you're bowling in Chattanooga Alley down there.
So we bowl here 1 match, and then there 1 match.
So it's a home and away. Okay, postseason format. How does that work out? When you get through the regular season, you have standings, I'm sure.
So at the beginning of the year, there's a coaches meeting. So we all kind of go from District 5 and we vote. How do we want to see district district tournament format? So in the previous years, it has been the top team bowls. It's seeded, and you bowl your seed, and whoever beats the seed advances to the tournament day, and then they all bowl in one day. This year, we have decided that everybody is going to go to district tournament, and then the top 2 teams will advance to region. Right. One will get
It'll be a
about.
bracket. It'll be a bracket format.
And from the region going into the sub-state.
So the way sub-state top team hosts sub-state, second team travels to whoever it
Like
is.
basketball.
Yeah.
Which is big on bowling. It's really
It's very important.
It's very important in bowling.
Well, to have it on your home.
Yes, because you don't know what the lanes are like at the other center.
Well, that's something I want to bring up too. Is there a big difference when you're bowling here and you're used to the comfort of being on your home in your home bowling alley, and you're going or even to a postseason tournament somewhere? Is there a big difference in the lanes and the setup that you can notice as a bowler who bowls a lot again?
It's like on a golf course, the sand trap, you can see it. On a lane, you can't see that. So the lanes will be slicker, they might be drier, they're going to look more, it's just a lot of to deal with. Yeah. So we try to help them, line them up, tell them where they need to play.
Well, it's good to get some practice time on those lanes, I guess.
If you can, yes. Big difference.
Is that something when you go out of town, around a foreign field, so to speak, do you have a chance to practice a few
Yes, they
frames
have.
on that or something?
You do. You have 15 minutes before the match. So that's
Just
all
15.
you get. 15 minutes. That's it. You
And
depend on the center.
all 12 bowlers are bowling on those 2 lanes.
That doesn't give you a lot of time figuring it out.
You gotta get on it pretty quick. So.
Well, one thing I was going to ask you too about college opportunities. It's not a major sport to speak of like football or basketball, but there's a lot of opportunities for kids who are good at bowling.
Yeah.
Well, there's over 250 colleges that have bowling programs around the United States that have scholarship programs. We actually have several students from Bradley, Jeremiah Sims, Leah White, Aaron's daughter, and then my brother Britton, who bowls for Walker Valley. We have a lot of locals who are going to Tennessee Westland to bowl because they have just started up their program a couple of years ago. Aaron actually gets to go and kind of assist with those matches and kind of gets to be part of that. So he gets to see the high school field of it, but also the college side of it. And it's a totally different format, but if they can compete in high school and they travel to these tournaments, because they can go to tournaments on their own as well and compete. They have a lot of youth tournaments where they can travel to, to Nashville, to, Georgia. If they can compete there, typically they're ready to go into sport shot. Like we're on a house shot right now, so this is an easy shot compared to what they'll see in college.
Oh, it gets a little tougher.
Yeah.
There's a lot more competition there too. In the postseason now, if you've got a good team, the whole team, if they win, can advance as a team. But if you have someone who's just really outstanding and maybe the team is not as strong this year as they might have been before, that one person, boy or girl, can advance on their own individually into for the postseason spray game.
You want to talk about that?
Yes, the top 2 from each district will make it to state, and then they have 20 at-large bids based on your average through the matches throughout the year.
Okay.
And they'll take 20 girls and 20 guys if you didn't make the top 2 in the district.
And sometimes I have wild cards, so you get the extra.
Yeah.
That's where you get the extra.
Okay. Well, I know we're getting close to winter. Your guys are coming in here now to practice. When does your season start?
So we have our tryouts, like I said, like the 3rd week of August, and the next week we're already practicing. Our first official match can't start till September 30th. Ours is actually October 1st. We take on Walker Valley right here, 3:30.
So whose home match is that? Is it yours or theirs?
We usually just say, we just pick whoever. I think we're actually home first. We may actually be
Doesn't
away.
matter then. Okay.
But either way, we're at home. So the kids really like being at home.
So if you're up here bowling in a match with Walker Valley, you've got 6 boys, 12 girls, 12 boys for both teams. How many alleys are you actually using at one time during the competition?
So you have actually 4 lanes.
Per lane.
4 lanes per each group. So 4 lanes for boys, 4 lanes for girls. So the other team is on the practice lane. So they'll be actually practicing. So they can still work on fundamentals. It's not like, oh, you're sitting the bench. It's you're over there warming up, getting ready to, if she decides she needs to.
So you're like
we
the
can
bullpen
sub.
in baseball.
Yeah, we can sub. We can
Somebody's
sub.
struggling, we can switch
Oh,
them out.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can sub people in.
Okay, well, I'm sure that was a bad day.
Oh, yeah.
Some days you can't hit, some days you can't hit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
What's the highest score that any, if you know that a single bowler ever bowled for Brandon? Like Leah did.
Leah, she shot 268 maybe, or 265.
I think Rollins had close to that last year. Rollins also, he was also a wrestler for Bradley. I think he was probably one of our highest that we have coached. I don't know about previous years, but as far as what we've coached, Rollins had a pretty big game last year.
Well, that's some interesting stuff there, and a lot of things that a lot of us may not know. And we want to make sure we got the word out there. We're going to thank you both of you for being here today. Chelsea Helton, Aaron White, and Bradley Bowling coaches. We're here at Leisure Time Lanes on behalf of BCHS.TV. And once again, this has been a slice of life at Brad Central High School. Saying that, we're going to say so long, God bless, and go Bears.